All right, it is time to start building. So let's jump in here. You can see that I am on the daily notes page. And what I'm going to do to start this process is at the very top, I'm going to enter my parent level heading here, which is going to be my weekly productivity planner. You can see that's already in my graph. So I'll go ahead and click on that. You'll likely have to enter that from scratch. But again, that parent level heading is going to be our weekly productivity planner. Next, I'm going to hit return and then tab to nest my next bullet under there. And as a reminder, this next layer of the framework is going to be our contexts, which is essentially our project layer of the framework. As you're going to see in these specific examples, I'm going to lay out 3 of them here just to keep things simple. A couple of them are going to be specific projects with a defined beginning and a defined end. And then the third one is going to be just more of a general area that I'm focused on. So let's go ahead and enter those. One thing that I do like to do, if you'll permit a slight sort of sidebar here, is I like to enter a C with a colon at the beginning of these. And the C stands for context. And I'll talk a little bit more about why I do that here in just a second after I enter them. So for now, go ahead and enter C colon, and then I'm going to enter ticketing app launch. Feel free to follow along here exactly, or even better, if you have your own sort of examples you want to plug in, do that as well. That may solidify your learning a little bit. The next one I'm going to enter, again, C colon, and on this next one, I'm going to say roof repair. This is a real example. We've got a new roof being put on, unfortunately, as a result of a hailstorm a few months back. And then the third one that I'm going to enter is, again, just more of a general area. So this one is less of a specific project, but more of just a general area that I'm focused on, which is team leadership. So circling back really quickly to this C that I put at the beginning, why do I do that? Well, really, it's very simple, and it just comes down to the auto-suggest in Roam. So as your graph grows, a lot of times that auto-suggest can get really busy. And what I like to do is have this C colon in front of there so that I can very easily call up in that auto-suggest like results to try to remember if maybe I've already put something in there or not. So you can see now if I do the double brackets and C colon, the auto-suggest is going to bring up all of the different contexts that I've already put within my graph. So it's just a good way to kind of supercharge those auto suggest results. You can play around with that and see if you like it. So now we're going to go to the next step here of the framework, and under each one of these contexts, I'm going to go ahead and enter 3 tasks. Again, just want to kind of keep this simple. So what I'll do is I'll hit return and then tab to nest under there. And let's go ahead and enter a few different tasks here for this ticketing app launch. This is, again, another real example of a product that we're working on launching at my day job. So number 1, this task is going to be finalize release communications. So announcements and things of that nature. Number 2, finalize press release. What is our press strategy to go make some noise about this? So finalize press release. And then number 3, ensure the training team is ready. Making sure that everybody's got what they need to get everybody trained up and prepared for this release. Ensure the training team is ready. Now I've got 3 tasks. If I go ahead and put my cursor on this first line and hit Command and then Enter, what that's going to do is turn it into a to-do. And so I'll do that there and here as well. And again, putting my cursor here and hitting Command Enter to turn that into a to-do. Now I'll come down here, hit Return, and then tab under my roof repair context. And once again, I'm going to enter 3 tasks here. So number 1, we need to finalize material selection. And I do want to point out here that you can hit Command and Return before you start typing as well to go ahead and make that a to-do right away. So I'll say finalize material selection. Decide what color shingles we want. Number 2, sign over the insurance check. I got to get that check over to the contractor. God for insurance, right? And then number 3, prep the house. We got to get things out of the way and get stuff ready. So that's task number 3. Now I'm going to come down here to team leadership, and I'm going to, again, hit return and then tab, and we'll enter our 3 tasks under here. So we want to schedule a team pizza party, something we're actually working on now. We've had some big releases lately, and we want to celebrate that. So schedule pizza party. Task number 2 is going to be perform my quarterly review check-ins, or just check-ins, perform quarterly check-ins with the team. And task number 3, once again, Command and Enter to make that a to-do. And let's say review support process change brief. somebody's written up some proposed changes to how we do our product support, and I need to read and review that brief. So that's it for this lesson. We, again, just to recap, have created our weekly productivity planner on the daily notes page. We've gone ahead and we've entered our 3 different contexts. We use that C colon at the beginning of them, again, just to kind of make the auto-suggest results in the graph a little bit easier, particularly important as the graph grows in size. And then underneath each one of those contexts, we've gone ahead and added 3 to-dos. So in the next lesson, what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll get into each one of these tasks and talk about creating a template for your next step, your logs, and your resources.